Newport News in Review starts right now.
Hello, I'm Aaron Pritchett, and welcome to this edition of Newport News in Review for the month of April 2011. Springtime showers, beautiful flowers, and a chance to get outdoors and enjoy each and every hour as spring continues to make its presence known here in the city of Newport News and throughout Hampton Roads, giving us a chance to explore and discover all the many wonderful treasures that are available to you right here in our very own backyard, from plenty of playful parks and magnificent museums that allow young and old alike to open their eyes and connect with the past. And this month we're doing just that as we bring the show to you from historic Endview Plantation, located along Yorktown Road in the Lee Hall section of Newport News. It's a rare sight in the city, a beautiful wide open stretch of rolling farmland, and on it a two-story frame house that was built in 1769 by William Harwood. And although it may appear to be just a house, this house and the land that it rests upon has seen its fair share of history for over 3,000 years, by providing Native Americans the perfect place to search for game and water to the numerous soldiers passing the grounds as they made their way into battle over the course of 3 wars. Formerly known as Harwood Plantation, Endview eventually was acquired by Dr. Humphrey Harwood Curtis, the great-grandson of William Harwood, in 1858. The young doctor and his wife Mariah Whitaker renovated the old colonial structure and changed the name of the property to Endview, derived from the way visitors were greeted as they made their way down the farm lane to get an end view of the house. But tranquility and the couple's bright beginnings in this quaint little house were abruptly interrupted, as the peninsula became one of the first battlegrounds of the Civil War. In May 1861, Dr. Curtis left his medical practice behind and raised an infantry company known as the Warwick Beauregards, and greatly aided General John Bankhead Magruder with knowledge of the local terrain as they engaged in battle. But as the war waged on, fighting and disease took its toll, and Endview was briefly used as a hospital. By early May 1862, the Confederate Army withdrew towards Richmond. Captain Curtis was discharged from the Army, and he and his wife abandoned Endview and moved to Danville, Virginia, and stayed as the war continued on. The Union Army eventually took control of the Lower Peninsula up to Williamsburg, and by 1864, the end of the war, Dr. Humphrey Harwood Curtis regained possession of the plantation and finally returned to Endview to practice medicine and manage the farm until his death in 1881. Endview would remain in the Curtis family for another century, until it began to show its age and was in desperate need of being saved from deterioration and possible future development. So in 1995, the city of Newport News purchased the house and remaining property and worked tirelessly to restore the historic plantation to take Endview back to its original configuration. And in doing so, a museum was born. And over the years, the Department of Museum and Historical Services has led the charge in helping to breathe life into this very historic place by providing informative tours of this fine museum to the public, giving school children from Hampton Roads and beyond a chance to jump out of the classroom and right into history with on-site field trips. And if that's not enough, the sights and sounds of a Civil War reenactment on these historic grounds year after year have attracted the curious, as well as some pretty serious reenactors from far and wide, to remember those who valiantly fought for the freedom of this country and to open the eyes of the young and the young at heart as they relive an important time in history that helped establish these fine United States of America. And it all takes place here on a beautiful stretch of farmland with a pretty historic house that continues to serve as a vital link between the past and the present, and always looking towards the future for ways to bring history to life here in the city of Newport News. We are proud to feature historic Endview Plantation, as it plays a very important role in marking the 150th anniversary of the Civil War. And we encourage you to take a step back in time as this fine museum and all the many wonderful programs that it puts on throughout the year continues to do its part to keep history alive for generations to come. Well, April has been another busy month, so let's take a look at what's been going on right here in the city of Newport News. The wind you may not see, but But the speed and momentum of these simple pinwheels are helping to generate a strong message about children here in Hampton Roads and across the country. Suiting up, gearing up, and well prepared for whatever comes their way, as one local department puts their skills to the test and shows you a side of their services that could ultimately protect you when a potentially deadly situation arises. And it's time to dig in, get to work, and come together as the spirit of volunteerism and giving back to the environment comes alive here in this city, thanks to a unique program that is truly making an extreme difference statewide and helping to turn the tide in improving the health and vitality of the mighty James River.